welcome to the K-Bye Podcast, a podcast that you're gonna listen to feel better about yourself because we don't really know shit, but we're working on it.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi. What number is it, Laura? 4.
13.
13. We've done
Oh,
number.
lucky number 13.
Oh, yeah.
Are you superstitious?
All together. That's odd that it lands on tonight.
Why? Oh, because, it's a 12.
No, I just
Oh!
nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, but are you?
Sometimes, but then I'm like, that's silly.
Yeah.
And then I just knock on wood and think,
Yeah,
it's
and then
fine.
it's like done, canceled. Got it.
Good to see everybody. We're not seeing you. But we're just glad. We're glad to be here. Glad that you're
really
there.
glad to be here. Thanks for watching.
Hopefully 8 o'clock is better for some people. I feel like 9 o'clock was late.
Yeah, for all the senior citizens' homes, I guess.
I don't know. When you put your kids to bed and everything, it gets kind of late.
Well, I'm Laura and you're Maya.
Hello.
In case you did not know.
I am Wildflower.
The vinyl
Laura
studio.
owns-
I'm like, what?
What is it?
The vinyl studio. Let me rattle them off. The vinyl studio by invitation only, and my new social media management business.
Yes, which is taking off. To be honest,
Yeah.
if you guys are interested in social media management, check in to your girl over here.
Yeah, hit me up.
Here we are, Laura. It's been a week. We had a week. It's been Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. We spent it together just by a fire. You and me. No,
I'm like,
no,
I missed it,
We
then.
did do last week's podcast though.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I doing?
oh, because you were
here?
super busy with floral
Yeah.
orders.
So we had a lot of floral orders and we're so excited because I feel like we're becoming a little bit more known. I think the delivery service kind of had a thing.
People love a free shipping, free delivery.
Yeah, we did a free delivery locally, but it was also the website in general and
Correct.
the ease of the website. So we after a while, I had to, Laura's my liaison with the website. And I would say via text message, Laura, we better
a bit of a panicker, this one.
Yeah. I just want to be able to produce. And if you don't have the product, you is in trouble because it all comes from out of town or out of state or out of country. And so I get paranoid. And actually, we came out exactly the way I wanted to, which was there was enough left that, there were things, but it wasn't it was good looking stuff. It was just.
You had at least a red flower to break the internet on Saturday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had the red flower, and that was a local flower too. So I wanted to tell Pheasant Run Farms that we used it, but
Yeah, and you do a lot of that, supporting local. with
yeah,
local
we try
farms.
to. Yeah, I mean, it's a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
The Amish came by today with some lilac and some
I need some
pussy
lilac.
willow and some viburnum and some, insane beautiful things, ranunculus. And the pussy willow was funny because she brought them all in and she said, I gave you a couple. There weren't a lot of pussies on this one, she said. And I was like, you probably don't say that
I bet you
very
don't know
often.
that
I
one.
bet that doesn't
Got
come
it.
up as a funny joke normally with the
In the covered wagon.
and I was like, thank you. The child in me was like, well, I won't say anything, but I want to.
Yes, those are the best part of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she kind of today, it's a very strange. I love these. They make beautiful product and sometimes
I'm
soap
sure.
and some.
Yeah.
They're always
Oh,
peddling
yeah.
something.
You've done honey.
Yeah, honey.
We've
the
had
honey
some
was
of the honey,
amazing.
yeah.
But they come in and they're bonnets and cloaks. Like
So
it's
they're not
cooler.
tuning in?
No,
Got
they
it.
won't. You won't. They won't catch me talking about them here on DSM TV Live.
Got it.
But they came in and they're like, "Hello," and for me today, coming off of Mother's Day, no one has anything. My wholesalers, there was no fresh.
Yeah, so you had to cut it off.
We had some come in and we were lucky, but then when the Amish showed up and they
On
came
their
in,
horses,
it was
down
very
Ingersoll.
almost paranormal, to be honest, because it's a very different culture. And they walked in and I was like, bonnets, capes, you've got the lilac. How much money can I give you?
Yeah.
It was like a save the
good.
day. Yeah.
Good. So speaking of Mother's Day, why don't you give us a little, do you hate when people do this? Give me a like in the comments. I'm trying to be interactive here, people.
Yeah, we missed
If you
the
saw your
interactivity, but-
mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
If you didn't, is there another emotion? I don't know. Can you do
Even if it
thumbs
was
down?
through a window or through
Zoom
in the driveway.
Yeah. I zoomed with mine.
I took mine a gift. I saw my grandma. I miss my mom, but can I
Yeah.
still I did. There was moms involved. We took a drive. We took some things.
I actually saw my mother-in-law in the flesh.
I like that.
She ain't scared of no COVID.
Isn't she?
No, I know. I would doubt if she drove down to Des Moines.
No, but they're just getting tired of it.
Well, and they're in Webster County where there's like not a lot out of anything.
No, and I mean, and it's already quiet. We went to my mother-in-law's just to drop plants, and she was there. And Scout took his headphone. He had headphones in the car, and he put them over his eyes. Tried not to cry. It was really sad. So seeing the grandparents is probably harder than not seeing them because it's heartbreaking. You know, my grandparents, his great grandparents, he's just like, I don't, you know, but the ones that like my mom and my mother-in-law that come over, that's probably hard for him. He wants to show him his underwear. Yeah. You know, things like that. Things that a 3-year-old wants to do. So that's sad. But I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. I hope people got the Bubba takeout or some kind of takeout. What'd you do, Laura, for yourself?
Ate so much. I really went for it.
I'm so proud of you.
We got takeout Friday night for Brett. My husband turned 21.
Oh.
Yeah, on Friday. It was his birthday.
Oh, no. He even told me when he ordered her flowers that he didn't want to interfere with his own birthday.
Oh, wow.
He was just joking.
Joking. I'm sure. But anyway.
He was like, Thursday, not Friday. That's my birthday.
That sounds like him.
He's funny.
Yeah, he is funny. But then, so we got takeout for his birthday. We got Eatery A. And then Saturday, we got fuzzy tacos. And then Sunday, we were too late for Bubba. Embarrassed to say that.
Oh, no.
But Django opened. Yeah. Django opened. We got Django. It was so freaking delicious.
It was? Ordered out? Can you tell what you got and how it came?
I got a salmon salad, and you have to pack the salmon separately. I got the Brussels sprouts, which Brett complained. He's like, you got freaking salmon and Brussels sprouts, and I had to drive in the truck back to West Des Moines with that in the car. But it was delicious.
Oh, what? It stunk?
Oh, so bad. The Brussies, Brussels, we call them Brussies with our kids, but they smelled like trash can. And they still do. They stink your fridge up, the whole thing.
Oh, but they're so
they're
good.
delicious. And then you warmed them up in the air fryer.
Oh,
they were delicious.
So
They're
that
on
worked
point.
out. I wonder if they have their oysters and everything.
It looked like they had most of everything. I know a lot of people are paring down, but on Sunday they had almost everything.
Or they're getting ready to kind of like...
Brett got the croque. Well, maybe not everything now that I say that. But Brett got the croque madame. He loves that. You know that.
That's his favorite.
Oh, he loves it. He like dreams of it. And the kids got chicken strips.
Yeah, and it all traveled well. That's always my worry.
It traveled great. He said it was quick, like immediate.
Yeah.
I was, because we had kept checking back. I'm like, nope, still not open. And then Sunday it was open.
Lucky for you on Mother's Day.
Not lucky for my pants, but
I'm wearing sweats. I want everyone to see that I'm wearing a full sweatsuit.
From where?
It's from the Vinyl Studio. And it says Midwest. If you
and I have the Vinyl Studio
She's got
Midwestern.
the Midwestern. This is a top seller.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And everybody wants one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that comes in a t-shirt and it comes in a light blue sweatshirt as well. So.
And it's cute, and it comes with sweatpants with the old school elastic around the bottom.
Like old school.
Wondering
if you also had takeout this weekend and need a little forgiveness, get those pants.
Yeah. I mean, all week with takeout. We did the Eatery A too last night.
It's so easy and
hummus,
slick. That's what I had.
Houdino or the like dessert and the
so good.
So we're trying to be more interactive. So we want you guys to comment. And we'll answer some questions later.
Yeah, because we're in for a real treat, guys.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You talk about it. You know better than I do.
I did Maggie did the
pre-interview.
Yeah, the pre-screening.
Uh-huh.
And we have the Des Moines Paranormal investigative team joining us.
Did you know there's an investigative paranormal team in Des
I'll
Moines,
tell you.
Iowa?
I did not.
Yeah.
But Maggie, who works with me, she is a member of a Facebook group. And I think that one might be called Ghost Hunters. These people don't affiliate themselves with ghost hunting, but they do paranormal investigative work. So she must have just jumped on the Facebook group and asked for some recommendations and landed with these guys, and then ended up talking to a couple members of the team. And I mean, they talked about demons, swords, bolts, interesting shit.
Super excited.
Yeah, like stuff I've never heard of.
This kind of stuff.
I know. It's just like, how'd you get there? What brought you there, like in your life, to make you get to that?
Well, and you see these shows and these things.
Yeah.
Are there people calling them up saying, listen, I gotta get.
There are a lot of people calling them up, and they're on their way to a brick and mortar store. We'll have to ask them more about that. I'm sure
Really?
they have products they sell. We'll have to ask them what products they'll sell.
Awesome.
I saw on their Facebook page crystals and like some, I don't know if you call them potions, what do you call them, but they can explain that better when they jump on. But that's what they're on their way to. So I think they do a fair amount. This is a couple of the members I think are full time, but like I said, they'll correct me if I'm
amazing.
wrong. Yeah.
Well, I think there's things to talk about with these guys. People are going to be interested. I think. Yeah.
Well, and this goes along with the DSM TV. And their kind of mission statement is, this is Des Moines and there's all this cool stuff that nobody knows about. And this is definitely one of them. Like with, Rachel Corpus with the Medium, we have paranormal investigators that actually have a legit business and are working on, So, I think there's a lot of untapped things.
In Des Moines especially, I feel like. And there's so much talent here in Des Moines. And I feel like
it's on a smaller scale too. So it's kind of cool that way where it's untapped a little bit.
And speaking of DSM TV Live, there is a Venmo at the left-hand bottom of your screen tonight. So if you guys are interested in Venmoing some cash over, this is a production. It costs money to run, and we're lucky enough to be on. But we have sponsors tonight. Sweet Dreams is one of our sponsors, and they were also our sponsors last week. And then our favorite girl, Courtney Conlon.
Yes.
But
before we get into her,
before we get in,
so at the end of the interview with the Des Moines Paranormal team, we get to ask some questions from you guys. So we have our list of questions. So please comment your questions.
And we'll be getting them. And you'll have questions from Courtney about things that are important to have in your wardrobe, or how to get rid of things, or when can she help you, or are your favorite old gauchos with platform flip-flop? Is that something you should be doing?
I have a feeling Courtney would, in a lovingly way, just say, listen, no.
Courtney is so loving. And,
so Courtney, our sponsor tonight, Courtney is what's it say? Personal style consultant. I always get that flipped. Personal style consultant. You guys, she does so much. She does virtual styling now with COVID. So, she's helping clients work through their wardrobe, closet cleanouts, and she's still doing personal styling all through, Zoom, or I'm not sure what platform she uses, but post-corona in a normal world, she does event styling, closet consultations, lookbook creation, and that was something that was super dope to us, because it's like she goes through and she takes pictures and she gives you a printout of what you should wear. So like she'll put a sweater with a pair of pants, shoes, all from your closet. She gives you inspiration for your daily looks. So like if you have a big meeting, you can just flip that.
Or you wake up, you're looking at it and you remember. Like if you have trouble putting things together, which sometimes I like to think I'm creative and kind of have it design wise that I can do it, but sometimes it's like frustrating to add another layer to my process.
Right.
So this is kind of like skips all that for you. So
is her picture up on the screen?
There it is. There's our Courtney.
There's Courtney.
And Courtney is a freaking smoke show.
Yeah. And you know what? The heart matches her little happy face.
Oh,
she is the sweetest.
Her heart is bigger and more beautiful than she even looks. But that said, she is also really fine-tuned, or really tunes into you as a person and your personality, and helps you in a really comfortable kind way. Kind of pare down your wardrobe if you're having trouble or you keep buying things you shouldn't.
Well, and that's another thing she can do, like probably ends up paying for her services by saving the clothes that you have in your closet that could be reused, so you see them in a different way.
A little bit more of a capsule.
Yeah. So she also does event attire help. I have all these events. Just kidding. This isn't a post-COVID world.
No.
Interview attire, which unfortunately a lot of people will be going through coming up.
Yep.
Travel prep and packing, emergency and last-minute advice. So she can kind of do an on-call situation. She also helps with photo shoot styling, headshots, personal photography, and family freaking photos. So you're a mom, I'm a mom. We've all tried to have a Pinterest-worthy family freaking photo and sweated over the Gap's website. And like, how do I get us all to look incredibly cohesive, but
Mismatched,
not
also, not trying
freaky.
too
Yeah,
hard,
all
not
yellow
everybody in
tops, all
plaid.
black.
Yeah.
It's like you've got it. There's a rhyme to it and
Yeah.
a reason. So she'll help you with that, which I wish I would
I
have
think
known.
if you're going to spend the money on photos and if you're at all uncertain and you've got 3 kids, better to get a little bit of help than scramble.
Right.
Yeah.
And sweat. It gives me the sweat.
Well, it's hard if they're all laid out. Jen helped me.
Yeah.
With when our third child was
and I
born,
And
it
those
was
cards.
Yeah, and it was just like things that we had, to be honest, in our wardrobe that I thought was garbage
Yeah.
because I'm kind of I'm
I'm the
guilty
same
of
way.
buying things, and really, I think in a photo, it's whatever just translates well on.
So leave
film.
questions for her. If you guys have any questions, you can get a hold of her at Courtney Conlin. It's COURTNEYCONLIN. That's how you spell her name. At Courtney Conlin on Instagram. www.courtneyconlin.com. Her email is styleconsult, I believe, at courtneyconlin.com. So that's Court.
So have a look.
We love you,
and then,
Courtney. Thank
love you so
you.
much. Thanks for sponsoring.
Yeah, and she's a dream. You'll probably walk away with a new friend.
Oh,
What'd you say?
Oh, are you kidding? I mean, she came to my shop and I felt like, well, I'd sort of known her in a different life, when she got married, and I helped her with her floral. This is a long time ago with a different company that I was working for. And then, she came into the shop like, I haven't been in here. And I'm like, you probably won't, because I was working for it wasn't like I was like the owner, and there were many of us helping her. But I said, I just loved working on your event. You were kind and sweet. And you remember people that really.
Are kind.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not everybody.
In the wedding and event industry,
Well, it can be
sometimes
tough.
It's a stressful
She was
day.
just chill and kind.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. at all.
And then she came in to buy flowers, and then it was just from there on. We've named an arrangement. Actually, our only
that's right.
namesake arrangement on the website is named after Courtney, because she's just loose. She'll let you be creative, and so then you get this amazing product. And then that collaboration is like, as a creative, it's just.
I think if you name something after me, it would be like one of the dying ferns in the corner. Well, there's the Laura. She did.
There's the Laura.
Nobody
She's on a
watered
brick
her.
wall and No, gosh, we should name. I mean, eventually, I always kind of know what like your Mother's Day piece was.
I know. I'm posting that to my personal probably tomorrow. I took a nice little picture with it.
It was, a bucket in a.
It was freaking
bag.
ginormous.
Yeah,
It was.
We wanted it to be big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Brett walked in with it, and I was like, "Oh my!"
Nothing
freaking
cuter than your cute husband walking in with an enormous
on his
arrangement.
birthday, and I'm like,
That's what I'm
"Wait."
saying. Yeah.
Anyway, enough
So
about
he
me.
He didn't care about his birthday, really. You're a liar, bro. Okay, so
well,
should we we're right on time here.
look at that. We're getting good, girl.
Yeah, we're kind of nailing the time slots. Which,
Okay. Let's get the gang on. And there's a couple members, so I'm not quite sure who's joining us tonight. So they'll introduce themselves. Join with computer audio. Okay, so they haven't joined yet. Have they? Have they? Oh.
no
You
big
start
deal
talking.
because that's fine. And so we'll ask them a series of questions. And what I'd really like is if people could jump in and ask any questions they might have.
There they go.
Do you live in a house in Sherman Hill?
Well, that's what's a question on there.
from the 1800s.
Like, where's the hot spots in Des Moines?
Yeah, and we want to know. And maybe there are places you can visit.
Here they're ready. So
Okay.
let's admit, you guys, let's get our headphones.
I got mine already,
you're
Laura. I
smart.
beat you this time.
Good.
Oh, I think I got a...
Terry and Sean.
Hi, Terry and
Okay,
Sean.
you
That's
guys will have
great.
to turn your video on. It's down in the lower left. It'll say stop video, start video. There we go. I have to turn it on. Ask video to start. Unmute.
You guys all know about Zooms, right? Have you had a Zoom work meeting lately? Because I think everybody has.
This one. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. How are
everybody.
you?
Doing good.
Good.
Maybe turn the volume up here a little bit.
There we go.
Okay.
Move over so you can be in it too.
Does
Yeah,
that
we didn't know if it was going to be video or not.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Sean Larson. This is my wife, Terry Larson. We're the owners of Des Moines Paranormal and
And in Spirit Metaphysical.
Metaphysical.
Awesome.
So what is Spirit Metaphysical?
We actually are a e-commerce site. Okay, we sell herbs, crystals, stones, cauldrons. Okay, boxes, things like that. Okay,
Anything that can be used for metaphysical or spiritual use. It is also a area for guidance and education for people that want to get into like witchcraft, herbalism, tinctures, and various other forms of naturopathic medicine.
even teas. Okay,
What can you define some of that for me? Define metaphysical?
Metaphysical is anything that is considered outside the physical range of perception. So metaphysical would also presume to be the ghosts, the spirits, gods, deities, spell crafting, any type of witchcraft would be actually considered a metaphysical prospect instead of a physical aspect of life.
God. So can you cast spells?
Yes, I can.
Girl, can you come over? That's amazing.
To tell you a little bit, I used to work for a cleaning company in Ames, Iowa, and one of the people there wanted to get revenge on somebody else. And I'm sitting there going, are you wanting them hurt or are you just wanting, payback?
Yeah.
And she goes, I want them to pay. And when she said that, I'm going, okay, note to self, I'm not going to do anything real heavy duty. So I set some herbs for her, told her how to use them and what to do and how to cast the spell herself. And then I bound the spell that I created so that it could not actually do physical harm.
Oh, that's kind of you.
Thoughtful.
I like that. How in the world did you get into paranormal investigation?
I've always been into the paranormal. I've been able to see, hear, talk to, and communicate with things that normal people don't see, like ghosts and spirits. I'll drive by a graveyard and I will actually see people standing out there that are not there.
Really?
Okay.
she waves a lot at Greg.
Yep, I do.
Oh, that's nice.
There'll be people driving by this side of me, and I'm sitting there going, "Hi, not you, really. I'm kind of waving over there." But I've been able to do this since I was roughly about 3 years of age.
Do they take human form, or or you just see like orbs, or what does that look like?
I see them in several different ways. I've seen them as shadows, I've seen them as orbs, and I've seen them as they were in life. And I've also seen their death state, and that's the one part I don't really like seeing. I don't like watching people walking around with their throats slit open or, half their face missing. One of the worst things I've ever seen was down in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I was driving by a graveyard, and there was a guy with half his face here missing.
Oh, wow.
Standing at a gravestone. And I mentioned it to a couple friends. He goes, there was a Civil War soldier that was brought back missing half his face.
Really? I'm sure you have a lot of validation that way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great. That's not really what I like to see. I'd rather not see all the blood and that type of stuff. But sometimes that's how they show themselves.
It just seems like it's part of it. You don't get to choose.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yep. Unfortunately, it is part of it. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll actually have a spirit standing at the end of the bed wanting to talk. And I'm going, no, I'm off duty. We'll talk later.
Got it.
And do they listen? That's how we've been told they listen pretty well.
They do listen pretty well.
In most cases, yes.
9 times out of 10, most spirits and most entities, they are respectful as long as you respect them.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones where you hear that, oh, I got knocked across the room, or like some of the people that we see on TV, they'll turn around and say they got pushed or shoved by an entity. The only times they do that is if you are provoking them. If you're trying to turn around and piss them off, they're going to react that way. It's just like with any other human. If somebody rolls over your foot with a cart and kicks you in the shin as they walk by, you're going to be kind of upset about it.
Right. Got it.
And that's the way they are.
I feel like most people are totally scared. Like, that no one's trying to piss anybody off. You're just scared shitless because you're so used to, your comfort of not seeing people missing happen.
You froze.
Oh, sorry. Are we okay now?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. I just feel like people are afraid. It's and I don't think you should be. I think we're just taught to be afraid. And so,
in most cases, that's what happens. People get scared because things are moving around in their house, cabinets are opening, things are being pushed off of shelves. Okay. There's an interaction there that they're trying to get their attention in most cases. A lot of times there can be something, more prevalent there that could be causing more issues. But all in all, a lot of time it's just, plain normal hauntings because, people are who they are, and whoever they are in life, that's who they become in death. In a lot of cases, these things don't move on. They stay here on this plane, and we move amongst them all the time. I mean, you could walk into a Walmart and and actually go through energy that may be there. Because they roam the planet just like we do,
right.
As people.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they stay within areas that they know, okay, or a house or a situation or land that they may have been attached to is familiar. And that's why they stick around sometimes. And a lot of those energies we can push out pretty easy, get rid of them, okay, move them on their way.
Most of the time.
So that's your job. That's your job. If someone was to hire you guys, beyond the e-commerce side and the things that you can purchase, the service that you can provide, tell people a little bit about that.
Correct. Our services, what we try to do is we try to teach people how to stay safe in their home and for their personal safety itself when they're out and amongst the world. Okay. And we can show them how to use crystals. We can show them how to use stones, herbs. There's Palo Santo and sages, okay, of all different types, okay, for different types of energy. You can't necessarily just use white sage and think that's going to work, okay. Sometimes some entities, it takes something stronger, like maybe a Palo Santo, and you can even go into an herb base being attached to the Palo Santo to make it even stronger for a stronger type of entity, to remove them or push them out of the house. And then we show people how to grid their homes, okay, to try to prevent that energy from coming back in again. All right. But it doesn't stop, because if they're letting it come in, all right, the energy can come back. And that's why doing a ritual at least once every month or once every 6 months, depending on what type of energy that you had in your home in the first place, okay, you can keep that out of your home, and then you can be peaceful in your home for forever if you continue to do these types of rituals, which is basically an incense. You're burning an incense in your home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what we do after we go in. When people call us for the services, they actually want to more or less verify that there is something in their home, that they're not crazy.
Correct.
Okay, because if you hear knocking on the walls or footsteps and you're living in an old house, it's like, okay, well, maybe it's just something
raccoons in the
settling, or
And we come in and we actually can validate that there is energy there. And some of the things that we do, we'll go through the house with an EMF detector, okay, which detects energy, the electromagnetic fields of electricity. It can detect telephones, everything around it. It puts off energy. This thing can detect it. And that's one tool that we use to help validate stuff. But we also help eliminate other things. If your home is old, it has weird electrical, you could have that energy bleeding off into your home, causing a lot of issues.
Which EMF can cause problems just with people themselves. So if you have a high EMF in your home because of electricity problems, okay, that can cause sicknesses in itself, okay, in your body. And your body really can't handle those types of EMF, and especially when it's spiking into 50s and 60s and so forth constantly in your home. And we recommend that, okay, if we go into a case where they have high EMF and we're pulling it off like outlets and things like that, that they need to call in an electrician to have this checked out because this is an issue and it can be harmful to you, okay? And this has nothing to do with paranormal. Even if they still have paranormal going on in their home, all right, that's something they need to fix.
Yeah. It can harm you physically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting. So how often, so you guys are in Des Moines.
We're actually based out of north of Ames, Story City area.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're coming here and in the surrounding areas and helping people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And busy with
We'll
it.
travel all over the state of Iowa to do it.
Yeah.
We've even gone to Illinois and done a case over in Illinois. We've also
And
gone over
Nebraska.
to Nebraska and done a couple cases in both Lincoln and Omaha itself.
We've actually done live videos through a group that we know over in India, okay, and helped out people over in India, okay, with
that one was a little strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little strange.
Hey,
But,
the stranger
we
the
have done
better.
that.
Yeah. So
Well, and that the one over in India was actually
He's a monk.
a jinn.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that asked us to help him is a monk over there. And it's, you don't usually hear of a monk being a paranormal investigator, but that's what he does.
That's what he does.
yeah.
Got it.
You know?
He's an interesting guy. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
Interesting.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are there any hot spots in like Des Moines or Iowa as a whole, or is it pretty much level throughout?
Well, I tell you what, you can have a haunting anywhere. Okay. It doesn't make any difference if it's in Des Moines or, New York City, which is probably going to get bad, okay, because of all the
Mhm.
passing away over there. But, in turn, cemeteries, anywhere around cemeteries, hospitals, if you live around a hospitals are known hot spots, okay? A lot of energy is contained in those hospitals because of the death rate that goes about with a hospital.
The capital there is haunted.
Yep, the Capitol's haunted. We actually know a group that actually did an investigation of the Capitol, and they do have evidence of the Capitol. Okay.
Voices when you're there at 10 o'clock at night, there's nobody else there. Okay, you shouldn't have anybody else's voices come across, and they've caught various voices, feminine and male, talking in the background.
Are they evil or are they just hanging out?
They're
They're
just
just
old
hanging out.
legislators. They're just passing laws,
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's been a few people that's actually died in the Capitol. I believe
Up in the top.
one person has fallen off the dome area, I
Oh,
believe,
hell
okay, at the Capitol.
Oh,
So there is some history there at the Capitol. What it all is, you'd have to do some research. I didn't do any research on that. That was another group that we had talked to.
Mercy
in regards
Medical
about it.
Center
So
is
Big one.
haunted
Yeah.
in the lower levels of it.
Tell us about that. Like,
you
just
know,
the
they won't tell you that. They won't tell you
well,
that.
they're not
but,
going to tell you, but
Nah, but they are haunted.
but
We
you
have
know
walked
it's
that
true.
building before.
Yeah.
All right. We have walked that building. We know that they are haunted in the building. There is energies roaming
right.
around.
When you
the
get
building,
admitted,
but,
they're not saying, and by the way, the lower level is haunted.
Would you like
Exactly.
spirit level?
They don't turn around and tell you, where we used to have the morgue over on this side of the building. Don't walk over there at night. You might have weird things happen.
Uh-huh. But I'm sure there's stories within there. And I think, I think when you talk to people like Laura and I don't know if you guys know Rachel Corpus or not, but she's an angel communicator. And we had her on our first live show. And she is incredible. So, and she sort of has shaped, I don't know, my outlook on life in general, which I think is giving her a lot of credit and a lot of weight in this idea that she can talk to the spirits around you. She can talk to and help you with your past lives, and really sort of kind of give you validation of the kind of human that you are and why, and that stuff. I don't know. It shows you a bigger picture, bigger energy, so you can kind of just relax a little bit about these things that we get so caught up in, So Laura and I are all for it. I feel like Laura had an amazing reading, and when she sees people, they're standing right around Laura. Her dad was right here, and our first reading, he had her hands on her shoulders, and
It must be just a wild ride, honestly, for you guys to just see all this stuff firsthand. I would be scared.
It can be, yeah. I mean, there's times you walk and you just don't know what's going to happen, and you get feelings as you're moving towards or closer to the location that you're coming to. And, you start to get feelings and things start happening. You start visually seeing, things that could possibly happen while you get there. Okay. Just being a medium in itself, that does happen. But once you get on location and then you find out that, oh, wait a minute. Isn't as bad as it appeared to be at first, or it could get worse. It could go the complete opposite way, and then it becomes a battle. Okay, against wits. Who's gonna win? Okay, and we've had some cases where we've had to go back a second time. Okay, because an entity kept disappearing on us. Okay, and it wasn't the place itself. It was attached to a person itself. And every time they left, because they were actually part of the fire department, and when he would get a call prior to us starting to remove the energy from the home, and he'd have to leave because he's on call. And every time we got done with it, it would leave with him. And when we finished what we were doing that day, not more than 4 to 5 hours later, it got active in that house, okay, because it was ticked off because of what we did. And we actually had to go back a second time. And that time we said, you can't leave. Yeah. Okay, this time this is going with us. And we hold it. Okay, we hold that entity. We had to bind that entity. And we actually installed it in some iron, okay, and we put it in a vault, and it is being housed currently, and this thing will be housed in our presence for the rest of our lives and our families' lives, and we'll hold that entity still.
So tell me about that.
I just interested her peak.
So wait, what's that because that was one of our questions for you, is your gear. So how do you get an entity into iron?
I'll let you explain.
There's actually various ways. One of the gifts that I have is necromancy.
Say that again.
And that helps me to kind of corral or control the dead to a certain extent. And what I do is I create a very inviting energy atmosphere to draw it in.
We use herbs to do that. In a lot of cases, we'll use like lavender, because lavender will actually draw in an entity. Okay, go ahead.
And then once we have that going, usually what I'll do is I'll set up kind of like a pyramid structure where the energy is right in the center of that pyramid. And once I get the energy to a certain spot, then I just take hold of the iron in my hand and put my hand in that spot and literally draw it straight into my hand where the iron is at.
And from there, we proceed to do a binding to it, okay, and we'll use herbs, okay, to bind it. We'll use items like devil's shoestring, okay, which is basically a trap. And I look at it like a figure 8. Once we place that in there, all they can do is go in a figure 8. So they can't do anything but that for eternity. Okay, and that's how our trap works. Okay, we insert it into the trap, and it basically creates this figure 8 that it has to roam within that figure 8 for the rest of its eternity.
So what are the Google reviews like? Are these people like, thank God they've got this thing out of here. Now we can rest easy. I mean, do you have a review page? Are people saying like, hire these guys?
Actually, on our Des Moines Paranormal page, I believe we have a couple reviews from cases that we had done in the past. I believe they're still on there. I'd have to look.
Because from business owner to business owner, to be honest, the reviews are going to kill. I mean, if you get a few more that are solid like that, I'll write one for you. Let's do one. I'll write it. It'll be real colorful. I think people hearing that you can solve these kinds of energy issues. And I think people would be interested to find out what are, things that are going on in the house. Sometimes they're hauntings, right? Like maybe they're not big loud noises, or they're spooky, like the stereotypical idea, but they're like everybody in the house is pissed all the time, or right? Am I on the?
Yes.
Come up in different.
That can happen. Yeah, that type of energy needs to be removed from a house.
I'm going to need you to come over. I can tell you. I know right now, not my family, just me. I don't know. I think it's like this is bringing up a lot of home time, and I feel like maybe people are noticing things. Do you notice an uptick in people noticing?
Oh yeah.
we suggest in most cases to start out with like a incense with Palo Santo in it. Palo Santo is a calmer.
Yeah.
Okay. It would literally, if you have kids screaming and yelling and running around your house because they're all home from
Cats
school.
bouncing off the walls.
Cats bouncing off the walls. Burn some Palo Santo in your house. Literally, your house goes from all the way up here down to here.
And you're going to sell that on the e-commerce site. Is
That's
that
what
happening?
your goal is, right? To have a brick and mortar, and you're going to sell these types of things.
Yes.
When and where is the brick and mortar?
It's going to be here in Story City. Okay. We're going through loan processes now. Okay. To open up the funding to actually put a brick and mortar in. We're in the process of that. I've got all the paperwork and stuff behind here. It's a mess back here. It's well covered. But we're in the processes of doing that. We're hoping sometime within the next 3 to 4 months, okay, we should be able to open up doors. That is our goal at this point in time.
That's so exciting.
Hopefully it continues that process. The bank's saying everything's good so far. Right now we're just in the slow process of what the banks can and can't do because of the COVID-19.
Sure.
I think within the next 3 to 4 months, we should be having our doors open and we'll be able to help people, patrons that want to walk in and actually look at our items.
That's great. Good luck
That's exciting.
And the great thing about having the brick and mortar store is that people do come in saying that, hey, I've got these weird noises that are coming up in the house. People are just constantly at each other's throats. Is there something that we can do to help, calm this situation down? Then we can set up a small kit. It can be like 2 or 3 items, or, even to our larger kits, which can be up to 50 herbs or even higher, for them to be able to take home with the instructions of how to do it themselves. Mm-hmm. And we make a point of contacting them afterwards, after they've done so, just saying, okay, what did you feel afterwards? Was there a change? If not, let us know. We can come in and help you out a little bit more. We can take it a step further.
Got it.
I think
usually, when we do this type of, that's okay. Usually we've done this type of stuff, especially with COVID-19. Now we've had clients call us up with interesting things going on in their homes, and we actually have been helping to coach them through that. And we tell them, look at a metaphysical store in your area or a new age shop in your area, and look for like Palo Santo or Obsidian and that type of stuff. And once you get that, contact us back. We'll walk you through the entire process.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice to be able to source those things yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, we don't force the people that call us, saying, hey, we have this issue going on. If they live down in Des Moines and they live, very closely to the 2 physical stores that are in Des Moines, then we will say, okay, go to this shop. They'll have it. Or you can check out Etsy or Des Moines Paranormal, and we have it as well. We just try not to sit there and go, you have to buy from us. Yeah. Otherwise, we won't help you. To us, that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. It's you being safe, okay, and how you get there is up to you, okay. If you want to order from us, that's up to you. But if you want to go to one of these shops, we support, okay, the shops down in Des Moines, and we actually know the owners of one of those shops down in Des Moines, and we've communicated with her, and we've been in some of her shows and so forth down there. So we like them a lot, okay. We send a lot of people that her way, okay, and
they still end up coming back over to us.
Sometimes, yeah, that does happen sometimes.
Toot your own horn, girl. You can. I mean, I get it. I have a brick and mortar. We have a brick and mortar. I just opened my brick and mortar a year ago, October, and I will tell you, it's brought a lot of validation to what I've always done. So all of a sudden, I've got like people believe that I can do what I say I'm going to do because there's this place. So it brings up a lot of conversation. We get business that way where they come in and they start, they can ask questions in a comfortable setting. We have different businesses, but the same in some ways. But I think brick and mortar is a great idea for you guys, and we would love to help you. Please share your information with Laura, and we'll make sure that when you guys open, or if there's a way that we can get people in contact with you, and we're going to share that today too. But
yeah, Facebook is Des Moines. Is it Des Moines Paranormal?
Correct.
Okay,
Des Moines Paranormal.
That's how I found
you.
That is
correct. And we also have an In Spirit Metaphysical page also. Okay, and spirit is spelled funny. It
Yeah.
is spelled Spyrit. All right, that is our daughter's name, which is sitting right over there.
Oh,
Bradley, say hi.
I'd love to meet her. Hi,
There you
Spirit.
go.
Just got off work.
Well, we do have one.
Let's see
Hi,
her.
we do have one viewer question.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Spirit. Oh, you're beautiful. Good to meet you.
Okay, so Maggie Goldhammer asks if any spirits follow you guys around and just stick by you.
It's kind of hard. Well, I was speaking earlier about how gridding a property or gridding a house. Okay, our house is gridded. It's very hard for anything to come in here, and I can tell you some examples. We've had some people drive up to property here. Okay,
Can't even set foot on my property.
Even step foot on the property. They just feel funny. Okay, we've had people come in the home and they're like, I don't know what's wrong with this house, but I feel so comfortable in this home. Okay. Or they get super anxious when they have to leave because they cannot be in the home. All right. That just goes to show you what our gridding does to our property. And it doesn't allow those types. We've actually heard bangs outside. Okay. Something hitting our shield. Okay, if you want to call it that, around our home. And it's a sense that you get, okay, because you're so in tune to it and how our energy is in our home and how we support the energy and how we boost the energy in our home, okay. You can feel it when something hits it. And so it's unusual to have that happen if you're not in tune to it, but we have felt it in this property.
Did some of Spirit's boyfriends hit that shield in high school?
Yeah, they probably have. She's had a few of them that didn't ever want to stay around too much.
They were like, I'm feeling very weird. And Dad was like behind a bush with some Palo Santo and a sword,
Yeah, we are a weird family.
Nothing wrong with me. No, listen.
Bring out the iron.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what makes the world go round. And we appreciate what you guys do. To be, totally honest, it's like, people need to hear about this kind of stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, because this can help
It
people.
helps people and it pushes buttons
Yes,
on
it
people.
does.
Yeah. So,
and that's what we're here to do, is help people.
Yeah.
But to answer that question real simple and easy, my husband has a tendency to speak a mile a minute here. Spirit wise, there are spirits that follow us on a daily basis when we go out, and there is also spirit companions that I have that I've worked with for years that follow me, protect me, and they alert me to anything that may be coming up that I need to be aware of. We have had one spirit follow us on a location that tried to follow us all the way back home. It started playing with our cell phones, turning them on when they were completely off.
Wow.
All of a sudden, mine was sitting there off and was making chime sounds. There's no way a cell phone can make a chime sound when there is no power to it.
Right.
Okay. But I got back to Story City here, where I've kind of set up my own shield where anything that is negative cannot follow any further into me. And we drove into our shield, and you heard something slam against like metal doors.
Wow.
I don't have metal doors surrounding my property. But my husband even made the comment. He goes, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Just go into the driveway or go into the
house.
Garage.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone. Is staying out there." And I've had things when I do remotes follow me back remotely.
Wow.
They follow my energy back here. And I've actually, my daughter and my son-in-law have heard pounding on a wall.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's like, don't worry about it. It's out there.
Oh my
Yeah.
You
God.
know?
I would be.
So we've had some
You feel
creepy things
safe,
come around us.
Yeah.
Well, at least if they keep hitting that shield, that would bring me peace of mind. But I don't know. That would scare me. I'm kind of a scaredy cat.
I would like a grid. I would like my house to be gridded.
Seriously.
Well, it's very easy
It's
to
very
do
easy
so.
to do.
Yeah,
All right.
that's cool. Well, I want to
yeah.
know. I mean, we live in a house that was born in 1925, and the girls. I have a 12 and 9-year-old girl and a little boy, and they're pretty certain that there's for sure stuff.
Yeah, we're
going
down
on.
in Valley Junction, our businesses, and I'm maybe when COVID's over, we'll have you guys come down and. Do you ever let people video your findings, or is that no?
We don't reveal any cases at all. Okay.
Okay.
All of our video is concealed. There is some stuff I can show out. Okay. Because of events and stuff that we had at certain locations around the state that I can actually show.
Or if we're doing like, say the building that you guys have for your business and you think that it's haunted, that would be something that I would have no issue you guys filming that type of stuff. But the problem with that is you may find out things about the building that you didn't want to know.
Well, I know that I there is something in there because I don't work late anymore, but I used to. So I used to have to go back down. I put my kids to bed and then go back down to work, and I'd be sitting there, and you would just hear, and it'd be in the summer, so it wasn't a heater, it wasn't a furnace, it wasn't anything like that, and it would be like those sounds you're describing, those loud knocks or like
Knocks.
Yeah, knocks. Nothing mean. I've never felt like somebody was after me, but I've felt somebody's, and everybody that works with.
You felt like you were being watched,
Yeah.
but you couldn't see it.
Yes, and it was never, like I said, it was never evil or anything like that. Never got that, so it didn't bother me, but I just knew about it, and then I'd be like, once it hit like midnight, I'd be like, all right, time to go, gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anything after
You're
midnight.
waking at 3:00 in the morning.
A lot
Yeah.
of times
Yeah.
on that type of stuff, a lot of that can actually be residual
Yeah.
from other things that have been in there, and somebody may have had like a boutique in there. Or one of the weirdest things that we did was go out to an area called Buxton and walked into the old remnants of a general store, and you could hear the footsteps of hard-soled shoes on a solid wood floor.
That's wild.
There was no floor.
It's all dirt.
No floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a neat little town. It doesn't exist anymore. It's a town called
It
Buxton.
doesn't exist.
Okay.
It just does not exist like it
You
used
can
to.
look it up on the map. It's still on the map, but there ain't no town there. Okay,
Got
there's
it.
nothing there. There's this one dilapidated building that's basically collapsing. Okay, and there's foundations of an old bank. Okay, of an old general store, an old brothel.
They called the
Okay.
hotel.
And
Oh,
we've had
wow.
some really neat experiences at the brothel, the hotel. There was actually an energy source in the ground that would make you magnetically stuck to the ground. Okay, it was like you were being magnetized to the earth.
And it only happened to the guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
So it was a
Got it.
unique experience, okay, to have, and I felt that this only 2 more times. After that, one other time was there again. It was in a different building, okay, and it was in a spot that was about 1 cubic foot, okay, and I just happened to step in it. And I said, oh, I just got sucked right into the ground right there, and so it's an unusual sound to walk through, and we actually heard horses, okay. Walking, okay, so this town was built back in the 1850s,
Wow.
okay, and it shut down. I think it was in 1929 when the coal industry ended, and they basically uprooted all the houses, moved into local towns around the area, and the town just basically became nothing. But there's still energy there today.
This
and
is in
that
Iowa?
Energy still moves about. Yeah, it's in Iowa. It's about 35, 40 miles south of you guys.
You should write a book on that.
Yeah, it's over by Albia.
Got it.
Oh, Albia.
Okay.
Easy.
So
Well,
how'd you
people
find
should
out
know.
all the history? Just referencing online stuff?
There's actually a museum in the town, okay, that talks about the Buxton, yeah, and then Ray and Chris Hughes with another paranormal group, okay. They actually kind of oversee that area for events and so forth when they do events down there. Great people, okay, and they're part of a paranormal group also called SciPit. Okay, I'll throw their name out there. They might be listening. I don't know. But they're a good group of people. And, we've had some good experiences down there with them.
Good.
Interesting.
Well, you guys, that's all the time we have. We sincerely appreciate it. This
So
was
cool
so
to have you on.
informative, and
No problem. It was fun.
It was fun. I'd love to do it again sometime.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it was
keep
way
us-
more relatable than I thought it would be.
Oh,
I-
yeah. Oh, you can relate.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
had your own experience. Everybody's had their kind
Yeah.
of own experiences if you're open to it.
Yeah.
Right. If
Right.
you're open to it, that
Yep.
is correct.
And the
That's
thing
true.
about it is, 9 times out of 10 people you talk to, they're going to say, no, I've never had a paranormal experience until you start talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then they go,
wait a minute. That kind of reminds me of something that happened to me. And all of a sudden they're realizing that I may have had one of these.
yeah. And not to be so close to it because it's,
So Des Moines Paranormal on Facebook. Do you have a website you want to reference or anything else?
InSpiritMetaphysical.com. Okay. Also Des Moines Paranormal.com. Okay. Both of those are websites that are out there. We always on Facebook, both of them, In Spirit Metaphysical, Des Moines Paranormal. Me, Sean Larson. Okay. And I got a lot of followers out there, so.
nice.
If people go on to Des Moines Paranormal.com, they can actually read our bios.
Yep.
Okay.
And I really recommend anybody that thinks that this could be hogwash or fiction or anything like that, read the bio on my daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
Because she is one of the main reasons why we actually created Des Moines Paranormal, and her story is really an interesting one.
Okay.
I like it. That'll draw people in. I feel like,
Yeah. Let's. I know what I'm reading later.
And I know. And then keep us posted on that brick and mortar too.
Yeah, please
just
let
a little
us know.
drive away. And
yeah. And
Right.
we'll definitely have you out to Valley Junction.
When we do have the opening, I invite you guys to come up.
Would love to.
Just wander around and see all the stuff there is to see, and some things you may not expect.
Yeah,
I'll bring my debit card.
Yeah.
We'll bring our card, or we'll bring the little square thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, you guys take care. It was really great talking with you.
Nice to meet you too, Spirit.
Nice to meet you.
Meeting you guys and talking to you. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah,
we'd love it.
Thanks,
guys.
so much.
Have a great evening.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
I mean, best talk show in Des Moines.
Jeepers.
No offense, but
Dude, I thought that was going to be way...
I kind of felt like it was going to be, when you do something so far to make a website about it, I feel like you know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just didn't know who he was talking to about it, but it's just like, oh, they're just normal folks.
It's the same thing. I think it's just like opening your mind up to other
things.
ideas.
This isn't just...
They were sweet and kind. And their sweet daughter.
I know.
And the dream catcher. I hope they sell those. I know.
I bet they'll... I've always kind of been fascinated with dream catchers for some reason, but I think they're like ethereal or something. But yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Let's see.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, give us
paranormal.
Here, I'm gonna be more interactive.
Yes.
Drop a heart if you liked that, guys.
Did you like it?
Did you like it? Yeah, we can have them on again.
More of that later. Like, I could not. I mean, I don't know. It's just I can't. I got it.
Got it.
Just having technical difficulties the whole time.
Yeah, because speaking of repeat guests, Rachel Corpus, guys, is booked for May 26th.
Is for
yes.
Oh man, Rachel Corpus.
So Rachel's coming back on. We haven't decided. Leave us a note if you think that we should just pick somebody. Maya and I get off of Facebook.
No, I'm just reading people's comments here for you. I mean, just for us. For us.
But for Rachel Corpus,
yes,
we can either pick somebody ourselves or do people like submit stories. So if you have a really unique story, why don't you go ahead and DM us on at KBY Podcast on Instagram or message us on Facebook.
If you like a reading, maybe we do.
Yeah, so we'll just see. Maybe nobody will message us that they want a reading, and then we can pick one. But if you guys have a unique story that you'd love to talk to Rachel about, we'd love to hear it. Please let us know.
And she's busy. She stays very busy. So her appointments book up. And...
Yeah. So, but she said she would love to come back on here because she had such a great time. And I'm like, well, I didn't.
Through the ugly crying. And
yes.
I was so glad though. It was so nice. And I think it was our first show and it was a long show. We've shortened it since.
Kind of. Well, we're at 9:01.
Yeah, we're at 9:01. So we're going to
quick finish up with hi, bye.
Yep.
Well, let's just skip to reviews.
Yeah. Do you want to?
What do you think?
The reviews?
Like reviews on Yelp or reviews on your Google website.
Oh, we're going to bye. Well, everybody knows if you have a business that reviews they can be a make or break. If you got a lot of good ones, great. You got a lot of bad ones, you know the story.
Yeah.
I feel like every now and then there's a review that is, can be unfair.
Asinine.
can be unfair.
Yeah.
For sure. So I feel like when you're in the restaurant business, when you're in the floral business, you're dealing with a perishable item. It can be tough. We work really, really hard. Mother's Day was a really great example of this because I honestly would rather get hit by a bus than have anything happen to
Same.
your order, right?
Same.
So, and then when it does, give a chance, I feel like, to the company, just an email, right? Before you go
a polite
reviewing.
email.
Yeah. Now, if you're getting no response,
Yeah, then freaking give it to him.
I guess, I don't know if I would.
If there's a month that goes, no, I would never. But like,
No.
if that's in your
if
spirit,
if it's a blatant and an over and
Yeah.
over, and it's never been changed and never been fixed, and it's like a pretty brutal,
Mm-hmm.
deserving, then yeah, but I'm kind of in the middle of the road on it because it's tough as a business owner. You try so hard, and when
Right.
things don't work,
well, yeah. I mean, I just guess that like when you're at the Four Seasons restaurant and it's like amazing and you see it only has like 3.5 stars, you're kind of like, now, how do it's like, really, did you, when a place is like goes above and beyond, especially like a Wildflower or like a by invitation only.
well, I mean, yeah,
it's like, come on,
right. I know, I do wonder about that, but at the same time, it is sort of the way I buy furniture. Or the way I buy,
from
you look
Facebook
for those
pop-up ads,
Yeah.
but like if it's a local business and you're going out to eat and
Sure,
I feel
sure.
like I'd give it a little bit more chance than like some,
some online Amazon review.
right? Yeah,
So
Amazon.
I'm gonna keep buy the inappropriate ones.
I'm gonna keep buy them too. I feel like unless you really think you got scammed, then
Well,
maybe
if no one's responding to you,
yeah,
then that's
or
a different
making it
deal.
right. But if
Yeah.
you have a business that's making it right, then
or doing everything they can,
Yeah.
or maybe I feel like sometimes customers are having bad days, and then they may.
especially in the wedding industry, because sometimes and honestly, to no fault of the brides, it's like so
Oh
much stress.
no, it's
but
so much going on, but
maybe just give it a 3 month after those vows, and then circle back.
circle back and see how you feel.
Yeah,
circle.
circle back and
Yeah.
see what it
Was
really
it really actually as perfect and beautiful as it could be?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a whole nother talk show to talk about weddings and events and
Yeah.
the permanency and
Yeah.
how it's
Yeah.
it's a day, and you have to know that a lot happens in that day, and accidents and problems do,
Right.
no matter what come up.
right. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, so
Facebook groups. I kind of want to join the ghost hunting paranormal activity.
I think Facebook groups are where it's at. I think I'm a K-high that, because
gonna
if
K-high
you're
that.
specifically want to know about something, and they do a good job of sending like when's and what's it's happening, and
Yep.
this is a sale or this is a thing.
Like I'm in one for like Lightroom presets because I geek out on presets.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to get out of the ones that are like really posting all the time.
Yeah.
Like I need maybe one post per day.
Yeah. And it's like buying, children's clothing.
Yeah, like
it
just
gets
chill
kinda,
on them. Don't
Yeah.
like post like.
Well,
your-
you do the ones that you like.
Yeah.
And then you're happy.
So okay, hi.
Yep.
Do you guys like Facebook groups? Give us a heart.
She's being interactive.
Yeah.
folks.
Well, this is the thing we have to do. And then you want to talk about Sweet Dreams.
I do. I want to give a shout out. Number one, Sweet Dreams just did a great post, which I shared on Facebook the other day, kind of going through the way that they're handling COVID until a reopen, and even
This is a baby boutique
This is
in
a
Windsor
baby
Heights,
boutique.
Des Moines.
Yep, been around for 30 years. So I'm going to read a little.
Furniture.
Can I read this again?
Read it.
And I just want to say that, and they are being friendly to people that are coming in, but it is a bring your mask situation.
Yeah,
So,
as most places
yes,
are.
please be respectful and bring your mask. Same with my place, and
Yeah,
I think
and mine.
any place.
Yep.
Yeah. So Sweet Dreams has been serving Iowa for more than 30 years. It's a store full of cribs, furniture, glider rockers, and all things for babies and kids. We've also been helping clients through virtual shopping appointments while they've been unable to shop in store during these crazy months of COVID-19. It's a great way to have personal shopping experiences from the comfort of your home while being assisted by an expert. We do offer the opportunity to schedule a private in-store shopping experience. Babies can't be postponed. You
Duh.
know they're coming anyway.
My cousin
And you
just
know
had
you
twin
need-
boys, so
What?
Yeah, they didn't stop.
No, they're coming no
They
matter
didn't wait.
what.
I mean, they
And
did
you need
not
some
wait.
of those swaddlers stat for those boys, matching
No,
ones.
I wish I want to hold those little boys.
We want expectant parents to still have the excitement and experiences of planning their nursery. We are here to help, and we'll wear masks and observe social distancing. They offer curbside pickup and free local delivery for those customers shopping.
And
on
free
our social
delivery.
media. For a
You guys
whole bunch
snag
of
that
stuff.
up
Right
Thank
away.
New moms.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Having to come and just come
That's
to the
what I
door
was
and
saying
bring-
when I was pregnant with freaking my kids, and now or not pregnant, but like after I just had them, I was
You
like
needed
that
stuff,
alcohol
and you-
delivery because my husband
Oh,
traveled.
I know. You're like, COVID, where were you?
My husband traveled when they were babies,
Uh-huh.
and it was like,
How do I get that wine?
how do I get
gotta
6
go.
of those Bud Light limes on my porch? But I never could. Now I could. Now I could get free delivery from Sweet Dreams, which is clutch.
Yes.
Like, you can get that magnetic
beautiful
romper
product.
thing, yeah.
Yes. And they will call them up and they'll walk you around the
Yeah.
shop. Tell them, kind of give them a little starting place. What are you looking for?
Yeah,
They'll,
and she'll FaceTime. Yeah, she'll do.
Yeah, she'll
she'll
give
go
the
above and beyond. We promise you, she's amazing. She's a delight. She's a little peach.
and loves her business and,
yes, and
her
she's been
customers.
here for a long time. So let's
30
support those businesses.
Yes. Thanks, Sweet Dreams.
Head on over to K by Podcast on Instagram and take a vote in our poll. We asked about paranormal activity. We'd love to hear your response if you've experienced it. We did have one listener say that she had a reading from Teresa Caputo from TLC's Long Island Medium, and it was the craziest thing she's ever experienced. So that was Morgan Farley.
Megan.
Megan Farley. I'd love to
Teresa
hear more
Caputo,
about that. Why
come-
don't you give us a little
And if
a little
you,
detail.
Megan, are a fan of Teresa, check into Rachel Corpus.
Yeah, I went to Teresa Caputo at Wells Fargo. I wonder if I was at that same reading as you were.
Did you get a reading?
No, because it's in a freaking huge
No,
arena.
you got thousands of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel
and I was
Corpus, the one-on-one. I mean,
so
I
pissed.
get the draw, but
Yeah.
she's so international, national.
but it was a
everybody knows
cool
her.
experience regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to watch other people. I'm a
Oh,
crier, so I
yeah.
just sit and
It
listen
was like
to.
a dad with his daughter. Mom had passed. Oh,
I know, but
maybe
I
that
think
was her.
having your own with via Zoom
Mm-hmm.
or with Rachel would be amazing. If you're wondering or thinking or worried or concerned, not
DM
just
us.
about someone that's passed, but what you're doing.
Or call her or call these folks, the Des Moines Paranormal.
Yeah, let's give
Okay, shout out.
DSM TV Live a shout out.
Yes, DSM-TV Live.
Thanks
We
for
love
having
you.
us. Thanks for hooking it up. Thanks for pivoting.
Thanks
and
to
being...
Courtney Conlon.
Oh,
we
Courtney
were
Conlon.
you can, if you want to go to iTunes to K by Podcast, she was episode like 7, 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish.
Something. I don't know. It was pre-COVID, by the way,
Yeah.
just by like a week or two where we
hair,
just
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but
and
Courtney
she's-
had an
was
amazing
very
podcast.
insightful on that, and she's great. in
Wardrobe
general.
staples. I
Yeah.
have a list.
We'll
still.
have her maybe join us for K Hi K Bye next time.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah. And
That's it, I think.
okay, at K by Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
At the Vinyl Studio, Facebook, Instagram. My Imitation Only Inc. Facebook, Instagram. You get it.
Uh-huh.
Wildflower DSM,
Yep.
lvbcreate.creative.
Yeah.
And then I'll start my new social media management page soon.
What's it going to be called?
It's called The Studio.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. I like that
Content
one.
creators.
Yeah. I like own commercial.
Yeah.
You wrote that jingle just
I
now.
did just now. Isn't that cool?
Jerry helped her.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
We'll be back, I guess, next week.
Well, next Tuesday's my birthday.
Oh, is
Can
that
you
the
believe it?
19th? Oh.
29.
29 years young.
Yeah, no, I don't. So,
So
yeah,
we'll
maybe we
see.
do Monday or Wednesday or my birthday, or I'll talk to my husband and see what
Look it up.
when the private jet's departing.
When you're going to go to the Bahamas during COVID.
Right. Well, you
Okay.
know, it's cheap.
Yeah, it is, and it's your birthday. Okay.
Okay, love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Lilas.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Lilas, love you.